Moi-même avec papa, ça que nous gagnons en commun. Papa m'a toujours dit, il est un homme solitaire. Depuis que j'étais petit, j'étais dans l'âge teenager, moi connais que c'est un monde solitaire, tout, je pas aimer bruit, toujours j'étais un côté qui quiet. Et puis c'est là tout capable d'entrer en contact avec bon Dieu. C'est ça que nous gagnons en commun.
How do I feel like I'm like grandpa? To be honest, I don't feel like I'm like grandpa. I don't think nobody could be like grandpa. Grandpa is the best. He's the king. He's the father of fathers. Nobody's like grandpa. Facts.
Do I feel like I'm like grandpa in any way? Answer is yes. I feel like I'm like M.Cayo, my grandfather, in character, because of his modesty, love for studying, teaching ability, patience, and respect for the Bible.
I feel if I'm like grandpa in a way, well, the way I see grandpa now, he's always calm and relaxed, and he's like always like just humble. And I don't know what grandpa was like when he was younger, so I can't really judge him based off that. But I guess I can say that we're both kind of like peaceful in a way.
Do I feel like I'm like grandpa? I feel that the older I get, the more I am becoming like him. Of course, everybody knows I used to be hot-tempered. One day it just hit me like, Papi Fifth is not like that. Like, the world could be coming to an end, and he's just cool, calm, collective, mellow, and just leave it up to God. I have faith. And all of his stresses or concerns or emotions, he just turns to Jesus. So I feel like that is such an admirable thing, and that is a mentality or a forever mood.
And what I think I share with him is that I am growing a strong faith, and many times I try my best to be humble, and I strive to be like him one day. So
what I love most about Grandpa is that he loves God, and he's always praying, always worshiping.
What I love most about Grandpa is I look like him. That's the easiest way for me to say it. I have receipts, so if you look at the selfies between him and I look a lot like Papi Fefe.
What I like most about my grandfather, M.Cayo, is his quick nature, his fixed determination that he exhibited throughout his life, especially in not letting anything distort his focus or plan in accomplishing God's will in his life and life of others. His single-minded purpose since coming to America and doing what God put in his vision, and not feeling prey to the delusional lifestyle of a new place, but taking everything seriously, is definitely what I like most about my grandfather.
Ça me remet à papa moi, c'est gens que li grandi nous pour nous capables respecter chaque monde quel qu'il en soit. Ça moun nan ye, nous supposé respecter moun nan.
What do I love most about grandpa? That's a good question. I'd say I love grandpa's humbleness. Like I said earlier, grandpa's never like overreacting. You never see grandpa angry, and that's one thing that I feel like is a good example to follow as a role model. He's always humble, he's always calm, he's always kind, and he's always praying to God. I feel like that's something very valuable to look at when it comes to role models. So I feel like I love grandpa's calmness.
What I love most about Grandpa is whenever there's something he wants me to do, he only picks me and he only makes me do certain things.
What I love most about grandpa is that he's the most loving, caring person. Like, my grandpa would always talk to me all the time, wanted me to serve God, wanted me to do what's always right. He always cared about his children, and I feel important to him when he always did that to me. He showed me that he cared.
Ça m'aime plus de papa. Papa son monde qui aime bon Dieu en pile. Et c'est lui-même qui montre nos chemins. Depuis les non petits, avant d'aller dormir, c'est pour faire tout le monde réuni pour nous prier ensemble. Lui montrer nous que c'est bon Dieu qui pont pour nous traverser. Allez, sans bon Dieu, pas rien.
What I love the most about Grandpa is honestly the love that he gives to his family, because he loves everyone equally, which honestly I appreciate.
What I love about Puppy Feather is when I hug him, he always hugs me back when he puts his staff down, and he gives me the best hug ever.
Describe Grandpa in one word, that word would be brave, because he's never scared to make new friends or talk to new people.
One word that describes Grandpa is loyalty. He's always there for his friends.
One word I'll use to describe Papi Fefe is caring, because even if he doesn't know you and if you're still family, he'll still care for you.
One word is not enough, but if I had to pick one, it'll be perfect. Like, I could never ask for any other grandpa in the world. Like, let me tell you how I moved to Florida, and I wasn't even, like, near my grandpa. Like, I barely made any phone calls. My grandpa would send me money every month. Like, if he had the chance to, he would. He showed me that, like, he cared about me the most. Facts. Grandpa loves his sons. That's it. Perfect.
One distinguishing word that describes or designates my grandfather, M.Cayo, is visionary. His visionary mind is definitely worth noting, and being able to prophesy the future coming of Christ and his own time of passing, along with my progression in life, are what led me to the keyword visionary, and that is one factor that I also desire to have, which my grandfather had. That is a spiritually inspired vision.
Papa, son monde, toute carrière, il est un homme honnête et sincère. Et c'est ça que fait. En pile monde, mais papa, non seulement pas petit, mais en pile l'autre monde qui connaît, il apprécie.
If I could describe Grandpa with one word, honestly, it would be faithful. He never forgets to pray. I remember there was this one time we were sharing a room with Grandpa, and I remember, like, when I woke up, the first thing I saw was that he was on his knees praying. And I was like, dang, I need to be more like Grandpa.
Si je devais choisir un mot pour describe papa moi, c'est patience. Jean que li gen patience envers nous. Et Jean que li montre nous doit gen patience dans toute bagaille.
How could I describe Grandpa in one word? Spiritual, definitely spiritual. Whenever you see Grandpa wake up, he's always thanking God for protecting him over the night. And whenever you see Grandpa go to sleep, he's about to pray. He's always lifting his hands to God, praising him.
Grandpa has taught me the importance of praying and being a faithful servant. And he also taught me about politics.
My grandfather, M.Cayo, has taught me in the past to put Jesus in front of everything I do from the time I can remember as a full-time college student.
Papa, toujours ap di nou, faut nous apprendre l'école. C'est pour nous rester l'école. Parce que sans éducation, la vie est nulle. Et tout ça, que qu'on a dit nous, encourager nous, tout c'est la vérité. Et ça fait nous-mêmes, moi-même tout, me passer même bagarre la baille petite moi, pour me faire connaître que sans éducation, la vie n'est pas rien.
Something that Grandpa taught me that stuck with me, facts. He taught me how to make eggs. Yo, I make eggs every day. Like, when I'm hungry, I make eggs. And that was the one thing that Grandpa taught me how to do. Before he got too old, he would just make, I would ask him as a kid, I'd be like, Grandpa, can you make me eggs? And then watching him do it, I learned from him how to make eggs. That's one thing that stuck with me forever.
What is something Grandpa taught me that stuck with me? I guess how to pray, you know. I feel like praying with God is the most important thing because you're communicating with God.
Sa papa montre moi pour moi suivre. C'est aimer bon Dieu, servir bon Dieu de tout cœur, de tout non moins. Et quel qu'il en soit, si on constant dans la vie, pas quitter bon Dieu, qu'aimer bon Dieu fait.
One thing I'd say that he taught us, which has like run down our family, is how to be faithful and pretty much having faith. Because honestly, if it weren't for what he taught my mom about faith, I wouldn't have been able to learn how to have faith today.
One thing that Grandpa taught me is to be a forever prayer. You know, it's not just to pray when things go wrong, or when you feel like you need something the most, when life is like got you in a bind. No, you pray for the littlest things just because, and you pray for everybody. I remember when I was younger, it used to really get to me, like, you know, because you got the good smelling food and everybody's ready and waiting to eat. And Poppy Fifth's prayers used to be like a whole hour long. I used to be like, sheesh, I mean, do we have to pray for his sisters, brothers, cousins, mama's 22-year-old daughter's friend? Do we? But it's needed, you know, and it's being a prayer warrior. And so I aspire all the time to become a prayer warrior, just like Grandpa.
My favorite memory of Grandpa is every year we would go on vacation, and then at night we would gather around, pray, and after prayer we would have hot chocolate with bread. Songer de papa moi, c'est là que nous allons en vacances, tchot, qui ça que les qu'on fait les soirs après les nous fin prier pour faire chocolat pour chaque monde capable de gagner un gros de chocolat avec pain. Et après ça, elle dormit.
Il y a deux bagages que je suis capable de dire de papa, deux bagages que je songe qu'il qu'on fait. Là où on a passé les vacances, papa après nous fin prier, ils font un gros bombe chocolat avec pain. Chaque monde, même c'est gros de chocolat avec pain à boire ensemble. Moi-même avec Léon, papa me aimé parfois à regarder quelques movies éducatifs, movies et bagaille et l'évangile tout. Et puis un bon jour, papa me dit non. Il dit, ma prends camionnette, on peut aller à Ernst. Et puis moi avec Léon, nous suivons papa. On allait arriver devant le cinéma, la regarder. Et puis, avec Léon, nous passons. Léon passe dans le bord droit, nous passons dans le bord gauche, nous dit, papa, nous prenons. Et papa me dit, regarde, on est allé obligé de nous comme nous entrer dans regarder les solos en vacances.
My favorite memory of my grandfather, M.Cayo, is his preaching the coming of Jesus Christ to inspire others to be hopeful of that vision and be prepared for their coming marriage with the Lord.
My favorite memory with him is when we took a picture with him when I was 7 or 8.
My favorite memory with Grandpa is when me and him were sitting on the balcony and we were feeding the birds bread.
My favorite memory with Grandpa is back in the day. Me, Melissa, whoever it was, my sister, we used to make noise in the living room at nighttime. My grandpa was a ninja. He would stick up with us with his stick and he would hit us and be like, go to bed. That's my favorite memory of him. I love Grandpa.
My favorite memory about Poppy Fefe is whenever I'm running around super fast, he always hits me with the staff, and that means he tells me to slow down.
I was pregnant with Adari, and Grandpa was trying to sleep, and Isaac was doing some tan, making super amounts of noise, and Poppy Fefe had his cane next to him. And even though Papi Fefe was in his 90s, his reflexes were so quick when he got Isaac.
Me and Isaac used to wrestle Melissa all the time, but we would always get beat up. And I remember there was one time where Melissa was chasing us, and I think we hid behind Grandpa or around Grandpa somewhere. And then Melissa was yelling at Melissa. He was like, "What are you doing to my children?"
What is my favorite memory with Grandpa? Honestly, so there was this time that we went on vacation to Florida. So we went on this one ride. I don't know if you guys know it. It's the Jimmy Fallon ride. So we decided to take Grandpa with us, right? Cause we were like, why not? So we were on the ride and we got to this one drop that we didn't know was gonna happen. So right after the drop, all of us were screaming on the way to the drop. And then when the ride was over, we were all of us literally turned our heads and looked at Grandpa like. And then Grandpa was just laughing, and I was like, "Grandpa!" I was like, "You scared us." And I was just like,
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Grandpa.
Birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Joyeux anniversaire.
Happy birthday, dear Grandpa.
"Happy birthday to Grandpa."
Dear Papa.
Papa Fefe.
Dear Papi Fefe,
Grandpa.
happy birthday to you.
Moi souhaite que bon Dieu est capable d'augmenter des années dans la vie ou, et ba ou bon santé, bon courage, ferme dans le Seigneur.
Happy 100th birthday, Papa Fefe. You've been on earth for a long time.
My prayer is that you have longevity and be more than 110 years old.
Happy birthday, M.Cayo, my grandfather. I love you and may God bless you.
I love you, Grandpa. You're the greatest. And just everything. And I'm just so happy. I am lucky. I am blessed to be able to have a grandfather who's been here for 100 years. Born 1919 to 2019.
Moi souhaite longévité toujours. Si c'est veut le Seigneur, que le Seigneur accorde l'on fait pour vivre même l'âge avec Joseph, n'a content. Mais que volonté bon Dieu fait dans la vie papa. Une fois encore, joyeux anniversaire papa.